Alignment tools. The alignment tools can be found at the top of Photoshop above our canvas. These are incredibly useful in every single web design project because it allows you to precisely position elements on the canvas. With the updated Smart Guides in Photoshop CC 2014, our job is made even easier. Yet these tools are still a must-know in any situation. In my recent venture, I had interviewed over 50 designers and less than 10% knew how to use this panel. Hell, most of them didn't even know it existed. Now, I'm sure part of this information is very well known for some of you, but others might not be aware of it, so let me break it down. The alignment tools always need at least 2 elements selected in order to make an adjustment. Let's jump over to another tab. Here, when we have only one layer selected, all tools are closed because we're missing the second element. Obvious. When we select the entire canvas with Ctrl A, we now have 2 elements selected, and this entire region lights up. Not all of it, because for this other part we need at least 3 things selected. Notice we don't have to have 2 different layers, a selection is considered an element too. So Photoshop shows us the available options since the main condition of having at least 2 elements selected is met. If you simply click and observe each icon, you'll immediately understand what they do. Great, so far so good. If we now have 2 shapes selected and we use the tools up top, Photoshop will move them accordingly amongst themselves. Nothing too complicated. We can easily explore all the icons by simply moving the layers around and clicking again. If you don't see this panel, remember you need to be on the Move tool. Okay, to distribute horizontal centers, we need to have 3 layers selected. This makes them spaced out correctly and precisely on the x-axis, or horizontally, thus the name. Please note that this feature doesn't work well with text layers. So if you have a main menu with several items that you want to evenly spread out, this is not the way to go. Let me demonstrate. I'll move this last menu item to the side, and then I'll use the Distribute Horizontal Centers command. As you can clearly see, the spaces vary a lot, so the result is inconsistent. Your best option is to have all the items in one text layer and copy-paste the space between them. Crude, but effective. This gives you the best results no matter what, so don't use any of these tools on text layers since they won't give you good results. Some other important things to know. Say we have these 2 shapes positioned exactly as we want them, except we need them in the exact middle of the canvas. If we have them both selected and press Align Horizontal Centers, they will center themselves between them. If we have both layers selected and we select the entire canvas with Ctrl A and then hit the same Align Horizontal Centers, the shapes will be in the center of the canvas, but they will lose their previous positioning. To make sure you keep them as they are, you have to first group the 2 layers. Now you have 2 things selected, the canvas and the group. Use Align Horizontal Shapes, and there you go. This is really useful when your project is loaded with lots and lots of layers and groups. Let's take a look at a pricing table, for example. This is to show you a real-world application. We will space each column out with the use of Shift and Smart Guides just to illustrate some manual labor. We're going to take our time with it, so it'll be perfect. Now, if we want to have them in the center of the canvas without ruining our previous positioning, we should group them all and use Align Horizontal Centers. And now they are indeed in the center of the canvas horizontally. You can also align vertical centers. Then simply right-click the folder and hit Ungroup Layers. That's the basics of the alignment tools. They're very useful in every single project, so make sure you fully understand them before moving forward.